Welcome to Retro Celeb Talk, your gateway to the golden age of fame, where classic Hollywood stories and music legends come alive once more.
Welcome. We are diving deep today into someone truly extraordinary. A Hollywood survivor, yes, but also someone who completely rewrote the rules.
That's right, we're talking about Pam Grier. You know, the name evokes action, power, but her off-screen life, that's where the real fight was.
It really is. We're going to look at everything. Profound personal trauma from childhood, right? Pioneering a whole genre, Blaxploitation.
Absolutely, and fighting Hollywood itself, the corruption, surviving stage 4 cancer, which is just incredible.
And then engineering one of the all-time great career comebacks with Jackie Brown. It's an amazing arc.
It really is, and we'll explore how that real-life survival instinct, that toughness she had to develop, directly fueled her fearless on-screen persona.
Exactly, how reality shaped the image. So stick around, you won't want to miss this.
Let's get into it. Her roots are pretty fascinating, too.
Okay, so born 1949, Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Military family, right? Dad in the Air Force, mom was a nurse.
Yeah, and that meant moving a lot. She talked about feeling, rootless because of it. But her heritage is so rich. Black, Hispanic, Filipino, Chinese, Cheyenne.
That constant moving also gave her a really stark comparison early on. They lived in Swindon, England for a bit. Around 1956, she was 7.
Right, and she noticed the kids there didn't hate her for being black. Her quote was something like, "They were raised to hate Germans, not us."
Which must have made coming back to the U.S. to Denver even more brutal. Suddenly, it's full-on segregation.
Oh, absolutely. Whites-only pools, restaurants turning her away. Even in 1969, not being allowed into dressing rooms and stores, just blatant racism.
But she had this strength, didn't she? From her family history, too, her mother's side escaped slavery through the Underground Railroad.
Definitely. She needed that strength, though, for some incredibly dark reasons. The sources detail some really harrowing experiences.
Yeah, this part is tough. At age 6, in Swink, Colorado, she was attacked, raped by older boys. One was even her cousin, in a laundry room.
It's just horrific. And the story goes, a phone repairman walked in, scared them off.
And then just went back to fixing the phone. Silently. The trauma of that.
Unimaginable. She said later it caused her to develop a stutter, intense fear, and then another assault at 18, date rape.
She kept quiet about both for decades, only revealing them in her memoir much, much later.
But look at her response even back then. She started taking self-defense, martial arts.
Right. It wasn't just about learning to physically fight back, was it? It feels like it was about reclaiming power, building armor.
That's a great way to put it. Armor she definitely needed when she hit LA around 1967.
So she entered the Miss Colorado Universe pageant first.
Yeah.
But not for fame.
No, purely practical. To try and pay for college. Didn't win, but she got a contact out of it.
Then LA with $200?
Yeah, barely anything. Started the grind. Over 40 different jobs hostess, switchboard operator, even a backup singer for Stevie Wonder and Sly Stone.
And she was strategic. Lied her way into a job at a casting agency.
Just to learn the ropes, to understand how Hollywood worked from the inside. Smart.
But she learned the ugly side fast.
Yeah.
Started rejecting roles that were just pure stereotype.
Exactly. Tribes, exotic villains, that kind of thing. And then the big confrontation in 1970.
The producer demanding sex for a role.
Yep. Explicitly. She refused. Had to physically fight him off to escape. She almost quit acting right then.
But she didn't. She decided to stay, to fight back through her roles, which leads us right into her becoming this absolute icon.
The queen of action cinema, Roger Corman, the producer, he saw something in her. Her height, her strength.
That's her in The Big Dollhouse, 1970. She trained hard for it too, right? Gained muscle.
15 pounds of muscle, yeah. And that movie, tiny budget, like $125,000, made $10 million.
Wow. Launched the whole women in prison genre, pretty much.
And she did her own stunts. That famous mud wrestling scene took 3 days to shoot.
Though she did later say she felt tricked, used about some of the nudity in those early films, like Women in Cages.
Yeah, there was definitely exploitation happening, but her presence was undeniable. You couldn't forget her.
Then came Coffee in '73, The Vigilante Nurse. That really cemented the persona, didn't it?
Oh, completely. Another low-budget hit. $2 million gross. And that iconic scene.
The afro, hiding razor blades in her afro. That feels like pure Pam Grier taking defense into her own hands.
She improvised it. It became this instant symbol of don't mess with me, fearless defense.
Then Foxy Brown in '74 pushed it even further. Maybe her defining role of that era.
Could be. Earned $4 million. And that revenge scene. Wow.
The castration scene,
Yeah.
delivering the parts in a jar. Unbelievable for the time. She choreographed that herself, too.
She was rewriting what women could do on screen, in action films anyway.
Total commitment. Training with real swords for the arena, playing a gladiator, got hurt in a cherry chase and just kept filming.
Incredible grit. But, by 1975, things started to shift. Sheba Baby came out.
And critics called it Pam Grier light. Too clean, maybe?
Yeah, the Blaxploitation formula was maybe running its course. It felt safer.
So she adapted again. Started bringing more substance, more intellect to the roles.
Friday Foster, she's a photographer, using her brain, exposing plots against black leaders, did her own driving stunts too.
And in Bucktown, she improvised that line about women's rights that hit so hard they kept it in. She knew action needed more than just fists.
Exactly. Which was important because as that era faded, things got, pretty tough for her personally and professionally.
Yeah, the late 70s and 80s were challenging. Her love life was complicated, to say the least.
Very. The relationship with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ended in 73. She wouldn't convert to Islam or give up her independence.
Sticking to her guns. Then the heartbreak with Fresh Prince. He called her right before he took his life in 1977.
She carried a lot of guilt about that, feeling she could have stopped him. Just devastating.
And then Richard Pryor, mid-70s. Brilliant guy, obviously.
But the cocaine use was really heavy. And the way she found out just how bad it was.
The doctor's visit. Finding residue inside her own body, transferred from him.
Can you imagine? She confronted him, left him in 76. But then she witnessed his near-fatal freebasing fire in 1980. Just constant proximity to danger.
And her career hit roadblocks, too. She got critical acclaim for Fort Apache, the Bronx, in 81.
Playing a drug-addicted prostitute who kills cops, a dark role.
But it kind of typecast her, didn't it? Suddenly she was getting offered all these broken women parts.
Exactly. And then the Something Wicked This Way Comes incident in 83 really showed Hollywood's, fear.
Disney got nervous
Oh.
about her playing the death switch.
Yeah, a black woman in a powerful fantasy role. Test audiences maybe reacted poorly or the studio just got cold feet. They spent $4 million redoing parts of the movie, cutting her scenes way down.
It just shows the limits, right? The boxes they wanted to keep her in.
Definitely. She found some stability on TV, thankfully. Miami Vice, playing Detective Valerie Gordon from 85 to 89.
She used her military upbringing for that role, apparently, and she started directing theater at UCLA, too.
Yeah, making sure black actors got diverse roles, always fighting that fight.
But then came the biggest fight of all, 1988.
Cancer diagnosis. Stage 4 cervical cancer. She was 39, super fit, running miles daily, didn't drink or do drugs, ate clean.
And the doctors gave her, 16 to 18 months?
Just shattering news. And her discipline. It's unreal. She was filming Above the Law with Steven Seagal at the time.
She hid it from everyone on set.
Kept filming action scenes while going through chemo, losing weight, wearing wigs, all while facing that prognosis. Incredible strength.
The exhalation must have been intense, too. Her partner at the time just disappeared.
Vanished for 5 years after her first chemo session. Gone. She was really alone in it.
Plus more loss. Her sister died from breast cancer in 1990, and then her sister's son died by suicide shortly after. Just relentless grief.
She tried to reach her nephew before he died, but missed him, which she said haunted her.
But her approach to healing, it shifted, didn't it, after seeing that documentary?
Yeah, the Bill Moyers PBS special, Healing in the Mind. There was a segment on a Chinese woman using Eastern methods to shrink a tumor.
So Pam decided to combine treatments.
Exactly. Kept up the chemo, but added a Chinese herbalist, specific herbs, hot tea, yoga, fresh air. A really disciplined, holistic approach.
She refused to just accept the doctor's timeline. She took control.
And it worked. She went into remission over 35 years ago now.
Yeah.
Became a huge advocate for cancer awareness and checkups.
But the healing journey wasn't over. Therapy later revealed something deeper, right?
Yeah. That the cancer, as terrifying as it was, wasn't the deepest wound. It went back further.
To the assaults. Age 6, age 18.
Yeah.
The PTSD from that.
Therapy helped her see that those tough characters she played, Coffee, Foxy Brown, they were her armor, her way of surviving psychologically.
Wow. That puts everything in a different light. And that resilience, that fierce survival instinct, it set the stage for that incredible comeback.
Absolutely. Mars Attacks in 96 kind of brought her back into view.
But 1997, Jackie Brown, that was the moment.
Quentin Tarantino, he wrote that role for her, adapted the book Rum Punch specifically with her in mind.
And the film was huge.
Yeah.
$74 million, critical acclaim, Golden Globe nomination. She was back.
Fully back. Which makes the Oscar snub even more glaring.
Right. 16 nominations for the film across different awards. Robert Forster gets an Oscar nod for his role, but nothing for her.
IndieWire called her one of the best actors never nominated. It really feels like a major oversight, another example of those systemic barriers, maybe.
Yeah, even at the height of her comeback. But she didn't stop, kept working. Great TV roles, Lynx, Law & Order SVU.
2 NAACP nominations for SVU, and then the L Word, playing Kit Porter. Such an important role.
She had that amazing improvised line about marriage equality, didn't she?
Yeah, refusing a proposal because her loved ones couldn't legally marry. Always weaving in that activism. Still fearless.
Still fearless even at 70.
Oh.
Doing actual cheer routines in the movie Palms in 2019. Amazing.
And her memoir in 2010, Foxy, My Life in 3 Acts, she laid it all bare. The trauma, the prior stuff, everything.
Total honesty. She even talked about rejecting Harvey Weinstein back in the 70s and how his scandal later cost her a role in 2018.
She used her platform, like in TED Talks, sharing her survival stories, the assaults, the cancer, to empower others, protect others.
Oh, and that fun fact, Snoop Dogg supposedly fainted when he met her.
Huh. Yes, apparently he got so starstruck he passed out in the bathroom. That's impact.
She really did turn trauma into armor, didn't she? And then into art. Redefined female power in movies through sheer force of will.
Absolutely. Her legacy is resilience, pure and simple.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much of our own resilience, the armor we build from our own struggles, might actually be driving our own successes, even when we don't realize it? Something to consider.
A powerful thought. Well, thank you for joining us on this exploration of Pam Grier's incredible life and career.
We really hope you found this look valuable. If you did, please consider subscribing, maybe leave a comment or a review for Retro Celeb Talk. It really helps others find these stories.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. Join us next time as we unpack another fascinating history.